How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. Today we are talking about Hasbro once again, and something stupid or bad that they did, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion. We are talking about Hasbro offloading Power Rangers to Playmates toys. So yeah, let's talk about that. So first of all, I want to say rest in peace to the Lightning Collection. Really sucks. We didn't get all of our teams finished. We didn't get all the teams we wanted to see. We didn't get a lot of things that Hasbro really should have given us before they handed off their, keep in mind, Hasbro owns the entirety of Power Rangers at this point, their franchise over to someone else. They should have completed what they started, because that's really not fair to us. And do you really expect to be making money from someone else making the same mistakes you were making, or you were making, by the consumers doing that again, like purchasing all the things once again? I don't think so. For me personally, as far as Power Rangers are concerned, unless they do like a 1-to-1 of the Lightning Collection with same like configurations and scaling and all that stuff, and continue it with Playmates, which I don't see happening. They're still reusing original Ninja Turtle molds that they made in the 80s and 90s. So there's that. But yeah, firstly, it's just, I'm out. Like, for me personally, there's no more investment in that, because my investment was in the Lightning Collection, which you started not even 5 years ago at this point, I don't think. Maybe a little bit over 5 years, 5 years on the nose. I'm not sure. But you didn't really give it a chance as soon as you started making mistakes. So yeah, the first point I really wanted to make is that it's just a shame that a lot of us collectors put our heart and our joy into collecting Power Rangers, because we grew up with that. We really enjoy, collecting that and having that in our collection. And you were doing a great job with it at certain points, and you really fumbled the bag at certain points. But do you really think it's fair to just shelve the whole thing when you're trying to... What you should be doing is focusing 100% completely on the adult collectors buying Power Ranger toys. Yeah, there's some kids here and there that are buying Power Rangers, but for the most part, it's people my age, in their 30s, late 20s, that are buying Power Rangers merchandise right now. And you're hitting it off to Playmates, who just makes essentially kids' toys. Doesn't really do well with collector stuff. Yeah, they're doing some Ninja Turtle stuff, but once again, it's older molds that they're reusing, like 30-year anniversary stuff, all that stuff. It's just not impressing me. And what did impress me was the Lightning Collection and how expansive it was, despite there being some gaps in the teams in the line. We have essentially the whole Zordon era except for Turbo, which you just started and then you ended the line. Is that fair? I don't think it's fair. But yeah, that's really the first point I wanted to make, is handing off your franchise to someone else when it's starting to lose you money because of your mistakes. Is that really fair to the people that enjoy that? Not really, no. On to my next point, Playmates toys as a whole. What do you really recognize from them? Ninja Turtles, that's it. And at this point, NECA is the primary maker of Ninja Turtles. Like, they make most of the good stuff, everything that people want NECA's making, or Mezco even, with those Ninja Turtles in their 4-pack. Those are impressive. But, Playmates is kind of just sitting there in the dust, and I feel like Hasbro just went to someone who is going to turn out kids' toys and all this stuff, and like I said, that's not where your market is. You're missing your market, and you've continuously done that on a lot of your lines over the last couple years, and that's only when their new CEO took over after the last one passed away, sadly, and Hasbro just took a big old downturn, plummet, poop all the way down as far as stocks and morale and product and QC and all that stuff. It's just taken a huge downturn, and that's because the people in charge at Hasbro do not care. They're just handing their crap off to someone else. G.I. Joe is doing so well because they fully own it. You know what else they fully own? Power Rangers. And they're not putting that same effort into the Lightning Collection that they could, like they were doing with the Classified series. They could give them so many accessories, all the iterations of their weapons and all that stuff, but Hasbro refused to do it consistently. And there's no excuse for that. especially with the amount of money that they were getting from every other line. If they had put in the money and the time and the work, they would have gotten the return for their money as far as the collecting goes. And, you know, people are ravenous for the Lightning Collection, the right people, but, you know, once again, it comes to overproduction and all that stuff. They're looking at the wrong problems and just handing them off to Playmates Toys. So that's the second point. You know, Playmates Toys, Hasbro, it's not going to be a good partnership. It's not going to make money for them as far as I can tell. Because when you don't want to take the time to invest in your own product, what is someone else going to do? They're just going to turn it out and be like, yeah, just turn it around as quickly. We paid a huge licensing fee, so let's just get it out there, get it on shelves. There was no promotion for Cosmic Fury. They had no toys. They didn't have any, you know, Lightning Collection equivalent. They had nothing for that for Cosmic Fury. It was the last season of Power Rangers, and you know what? It was a good season, but Power Rangers kind of went out with a whimper. 30 years. Because Hasbro doesn't know what the heck they're doing when it comes to fans and what fans want. Which is classic Power Rangers, continued forward normally, as it should be, and the backing of its owner, which is Hasbro, to get good product out there, which they have refused to do outright. And it just sucks as a Power Rangers fan. So really, what I wanted to get across with this video is, don't take your fans for granted. Don't take collectors for granted, because when we're scorned, we're just gonna like go on and find something else. You know, like Mezco's making some Power Rangers stuff, 3-Zero's making some Power Ranger stuff. There's some larger scale 1/6 that have just dropped, like the White Ranger and Green Ranger that I had pre-ordered, but money's a different subject. But you know, there's other ways to get Power Rangers, and if Hasbro doesn't want to do the Lightning Collection, fine. We will go elsewhere. They'll get their licensing fee, but you know what? You're not going to have that loyalty. You're not going to have, you know, someone just going off to Playmates Toys and being like, oh, I'm going to buy everything they have because it's Power Rangers. That's really not how it works. It's never how it's worked. It's about the quality and what you put in, and showing that you appreciate the fans and where they've gotten you and your franchise and your product. And you know what? Power Rangers went 30 years, and it could have gone 30 more years. But Hasbro just kind of shuffled it off the mortal coil. They're like, get out of here, Power Rangers, just because the new CEO doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And that's kind of the same thing with Warner Brothers, and that's another subject completely. You know, they're making money, so it's not going to affect them. But it is what it is. Another rowdy rant for you. Love you guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like the video, pretty please. Of course, check out my Patreon, $1 a month for early videos. Do all that stuff. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.